Ian Smith with Kelly and Hockey. I'm going to break down the slap shot for you. Such an important thing to have a good slap shot, a good wrist shot, a good snap shot, depending on what is called for. Slap shot is a long shot that defensemen will take when you want a lot of speed and a lot of explosion, a little bit of time, but it's a long shot. Wrist shots and snap shots are shots that are up closer, more accurate, not as hard, but we got to have all of them. So this is the slap shot. Okay. Okay? When we break down any shot, I like to think of we can only work on one variable at a time. There are so many pieces to the biomechanics of a shot that we can only think of one thing at a time. So let's break down what all those pieces are. The first piece I like to think about is what our legs are doing. Our legs have a whole role. What we do is we transfer our weight. We hear that all the time, transferring our weight. But what does that mean? The whole shot starts from the leg that's closest to your blade. Your feet are pointing at your target, and then as we're getting ready to go, we are loading, meaning we're putting our weight on your inside leg. How do you do that? Well, you take your chin and you lean yourself over, and so if I look down, my chin is right over my skate. So most of my weight right now is on this inside skate. And what I'm gonna do from there is I'm gonna push my whole body forward. So I've transferred my weight from my back foot to my front foot. Now, if you notice, my front foot is not gliding forward. It doesn't continue on in the direction we're going. We actually need to turn it so that as we're loading, coming through, the foot steps out and then rotates this way. So as I'm rotating through here, my lower body is going counter clockwise to that. So looking at it again, I load on my inside leg, turn it just a little bit to push myself forward to my weight on this front leg. So there's variable number one, what your feet are doing. Variable number two, or section number two, is going to be what your hands are doing with respect to your stick. Okay? When we stick handle, take your elbow, grab on your stick. That's the distance for stick handling. That's the distance for wrist shots, snap shots. A slap shot, we hold a little bit lower to get more leverage, okay? So we hold there. Now, the other thing that we're doing is we need to rotate the blade downwards. So as the puck is being set up, we're pushing it in the direction we want to shoot. We rotate the blade, now regrip. The reason for that is if you don't rotate your blade, you're going to take your slap shot. As we come through, there's the stick is not in the right position. And I see it all the time that people tend to slice the puck, hoping that it's going to go up in the ice, but instead of going straight at the puck, we're kind of glancing off it, which is you're losing energy. So what we do is, as it's being pushed, we pull our stick through our hands, and then with your fingers, you rotate the blade in your glove. See how my glove isn't moving? I rotate my blade just a little bit, then I re-grip. So watch my stick as I push, pull the stick, rotate, re-grip. So now my stick is in the right position for my slap shot, okay? So that's number two, what you're doing with your stick. Your hand position, rolling the blade, re-grip. Biggest issue that I see with people now that you're coming through with your shot is how much you have to grip your lower hand, like extra hard, because your blade, once it makes contact with that, with the puck, the blade tends to rotate in your stick, which is the reason that sticks now have a rubberized grip on it, is to help you grip. So as you are pushing, you rotate, grip, extra grip right there. So tight, so that when you hit it, your blade will not rotate back. Okay? All right. The third thing that we got to do is think about our arms. Now in the wind-up, as we're loading here, you are winding your stick back with your arms. Now if you watch my arms, both arms are down. It doesn't have to be completely straight, but it's relatively straight, so that when we're coming back, our stick and our body is in the right position. A lot of people, what they do is they keep their upper hand right up against their body here in a position which I call the chicken wing. It keeps their body up like this. They can shoot, but what ends up happening as they're coming and doing this, as they're getting closer, they're realizing that they're not close enough to the puck, so they have to drop down and then shoot. And all of that extra stuff is, again, taking more energy off your shot. So we bring the stick down there by pushing it down. Both arms swing together. So now I'm loading on my back leg, step forward, and I start to swing through. Now as I get close here, now my arm starts to bend as I would come through with my follow-through. The bottom arm, like a pendulum, will always continue on and be straight. The top arm starts straight, then bends as I completely come through with the follow-through. Where do I strike the puck? You hit the ice before you hit the puck. About 5 inches before the puck, we come through and we hit the ice, then we continue through to the puck. Why? To engage the whip of your stick. As you hit the ice and push with this bottom arm, as you continue to push, the stick gets held back, but I push my stick forward, so it ends up bowing like a bow and arrow. And all that energy is going to whip back into your shot. So if you look at this, you're bending that. So when you come in through your shot, you hit the ice about 5 inches before the puck hit there. Okay? The striking position of the puck is, so this is the center where my belly button is. This is where my skate is. It's in between your belly button and your skate. That is the best spot to hit your puck. Too far out in front, that's where you would be reaching, and again, more energy loss. Okay, so let's look at that again. Skates are forward, I'm loading on my inside leg, turn it a little bit, so I start to push and step. There's the weight transfer. I've rotated my blade, my hand is lower on my stick, extra grip. I'm coming through, my arms are straight, coming through, hit the ice, strike the puck, complete rotation, and my blade is now pointing where I want my shot to go. Think of your lower hand as you're aiming. Where this is aiming is where your puck is going to end up going. All right, so there's the 3 things broken down. What I'm going to do, I'll take a shot and we'll slow it down into slow motion, but here's the first one at high speed. So high speed is what it is. Okay, so I'm coming in, phase 1, load, come through.